Welcome back, everybody. Wednesday morning edition of Hot Mic rolls on. Is that what camera am I looking at that can't see anything here? That's downtown Fargo, apparently, which is... It's just a camera in Fargo. Okay, well, gotta have to wait to melt to see that. Give me a shot at downtown, then. I want to see what we got going on here, if we could. Well, that's not bad. People are getting where they gotta go. Well, hopefully this gets out of here soon, and then we can get ready for some spring sports here in the not-too-distant future. Okay. Again, a reminder, Brandon Brocious from Kindred coming up 10 o'clock, Dean Howgo at 10:35. I visited with Jocie Schiller before we hit the air today. We're going to play that interview in just a couple minutes. And obviously the story broke late yesterday. She announced that she's going to transfer to NDSU. I had heard for a while this had been in the works since she entered the portal, that NDSU was near the top of the list on this. And I'm going to have more reaction to the announcement after we play the interview. We're not in, some people just still stuck in 1995 on this. And yeah, it's a big move. She's the Summit League Freshman of the Year, and she's going to go play at North Dakota State. That's a deal in itself. That's a major story there. It doesn't have the same weight as it would have 30 years ago, simply because, in my opinion, and I think many others have shared this, North Dakota State and South Dakota State have taken the mantle of what the Bison and UND used to. That is a conversation for another time. And I want to get to the reaction on Jocie making this move afterwards. But we had a chance to visit here before Hot Mic got going this morning and asked her just flat out why NDSU was the place for her to go to.
Well, I just really liked kind of just what they've been building there, like the senior group that obviously they're not going to be there anymore, but just kind of what's been going on there and the progress they've been making seemed really special. And some of the players there too. I mean, like Conan, she's obviously one of the best players in the Summit League. And then I have a really good friend there, Riley Simon, that I used to play with. So getting to play back with her is something I really want to do. And then just kind of representing North Dakota still and staying in North Dakota was also something that I definitely thought about a lot and is really important to me.
Tell me about this process. Was it overwhelming? I mean, I know you heard from a ton of schools. Just was that surprising? Let me just start with that, the amount of interest you got.
Yeah, it was a little surprising. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect. So it was a little crazy, but some of them, I mean, I wasn't really planning on going that far. So it's pretty easy to kind of like push some of them away. But yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was exciting, but I'm glad to make my decision and kind of be done with all that.
To hear from, I guess, the level of schools you did as well, that say, okay, there's people here that think that I can play at a pretty high level.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think having those schools reach out kind of just assures me of kind of the season I had, but I'm just excited to stay close and stay in the Summit League and where kind of my family can come and watch me play and just see what we can do at NDSU.
Did you feel like you proved doubters wrong this year and say, okay, well, she was good in North Dakota high school, but how is she going to be in Division I? Did you feel that you did that this past year?
I feel like I probably did. I mean, I didn't have like crazy expectations going into the year, and I don't think anyone really had any of me, but I definitely think I like stepped up to it and stepped up to the challenge and kind of proved a lot of people wrong, I would say.
Not that it was easy, but when did it start to click for you that, okay, I can do this? Like you probably had your own confidence about it, but it's another thing to go and do it.
Yeah. I mean, the first few games definitely were a little rough. Had a few like moments where I was like, yep, that's a welcome to college moment. But I definitely would say like once we hit Summit League like play, I definitely felt super comfortable out there and everything just kind of was falling into place and it was just a lot more confident out there.
To have this done, does it feel like the weight up? Well, first, did you feel like you were going recruiting again through this whole time? Did it feel like that again?
Well, it was a little different because like my recruiting from high school was a lot different just because I committed so early. So it was kind of a fun experience, but I'm definitely glad to just kind of get it done and get everything over with.
You were right back in the gym last night. Did you celebrate it all, or was that your vote of celebration? Was back in the gym last night?
Oh no, we celebrated a little bit, but yeah, I was like, we gotta get right back to work. I mean, I got 2 months till I gotta be down there, so.
Tell me, when you told Jory, what was that reaction like? And just now the anticipation of getting ready to come to Fargo.
Yeah, he seemed really excited, and I mean, we had a great talk when I went down there for a visit, which really like reassured me just learning about him and what he kind of thinks about the program, what direction he's taking it. So I'm really excited to play under him. He seems like a great coach, great person. So that's really exciting. And yeah, he seemed really excited when I told him.
When you've played against him, I mean, just now looking back, it's like, okay, I could fit in here. Is that something you thought about now after playing against the Bison a couple times?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I could fit in, and I mean, I'm excited to kind of play in the backcourt, with Molly Lenz and Marissa Frost, and I just think that's going to be really fun to watch.
Shields Center, you've been pretty good there. You've had a couple good games. You had a lot of good memories there. Tell me about being that's going to be your home arena now going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, yeah, I feel like I've played a lot of games there in my high school career, and then obviously my first college one. So it's going to be exciting to be there and kind of be in the Fargo community and just see kind of what they're all about.
Internet's a nasty place. How did you deal with the comment? I know you probably did. You pay attention, and how did you deal with the fact that you knew there was going to be maybe negative reaction to this?
Yeah, I mean, I just knew the people who really support me were going to support me no matter where I went, and I think that that's just the most important thing. I don't really care what some of these other people are saying, so just kind of brushing that off and then looking at all the people that supported me, which outweighs that number. So
What's ahead? I guess when you look back at year one and say, okay, this went pretty well. Where do you need to take the next step? How have you evaluated your own game in that?
um I mean, I think just going into like my sophomore year, you kind of get rid of some of those like freshman like highs and lows, things like that. But I'm also excited just to see how Jory can help me grow my game and how the staff at NDSU and the players there can help me and I can help them.
You're not going to sneak up on anybody now. And I know some people knew you already, but that's not going to happen next year. How do you handle that?
Yeah, obviously it'll be a little different, but I mean, NDSU, they're a great team. So you can't really just focus on one person. So that's one thing I'm really excited about and just getting to play with all those really great girls. And I think that teams can't really just pinpoint one of us and like try to stop them because I think everyone is so skilled. And I just think it's going to be a really great year.
What's ahead now for people that don't know? Obviously, you got to finish the school year, but tell me about what's the plan for the next few months.
I mean, yeah, finish, gotta do some school. And I mean, I'm gonna be working my butt off to get ready to go down there. And I think we're all just really excited. I think all the girls are excited. So then we'll probably get down there in summer and we'll be working until season starts.
I know Avery came out yesterday and say she's coming back. To have a player like that, and you saw her from across the way, now to be teammates. How excited are you for that? To have a post player like that?
Yeah, I'm really excited. When I saw that she posted that she was coming back, that was a little relief. I was really excited about that, and I just think she was an amazing player. I didn't really like playing against her. I mean, she would drop like on us both times. So yeah, definitely to have her on my side is it's gonna be a lot better.
For people that don't know, Josie, tell about your relationship with Mariley. How far back does that go?
Yeah, so we played against each other in high school, kind of all the way through, and then we played with each other going into I think my junior year, and then her into her senior year um, for AAU. And so that was like the best time ever. And then we've just been super close friends. And then when we both like committed to opposite schools, we're kind of like would chirp at each other a little bit. So I'm really excited to kind of get back with that. And yeah, she seemed really excited when I told her.
To have this over and done with, what's the emotion today? You wake up like, all right, it's over, it's out there, and now it can move on.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, kind of like I said, I'm just really excited about it and for this opportunity that we're going to have. So definitely relief, but a lot of excitement.
And appreciate Jocie giving us a few minutes here this morning on her decision to transfer from UND to NDSU. And you heard me ask her about the internet being an ugly place, and it is. There's no doubt about that. No breaking news is associated with that. Um, some of the comments on her post last night on social media were horrendous. horrendous. And I guess maybe I was being naive about it, but some of them just made me shake my head. I'm like, okay, like maybe it's time you look in the mirror before posting something like that and understand there were certain circumstances that went into why she decided to leave UND. And I would just, I would caution on posting stuff like that until you really get, and this is hard in 2025, A, either you know what the heck you're talking about on it, or B, you know what? I wouldn't want anybody to tell me how to live my life, how to make a decision that would, I believe is in my best interest. I would not want that. I don't think anybody would. And especially in a public forum like that. Like I have a public job, front-facing job, comes with the territory that criticism comes with it, that there are negative comments that come with it. I get it. Full people don't like me, like how I do this show, like how I call games. That's fine. It comes with the territory. Same with being a Division I athlete. Their criticism comes with it, and there are jeers and there are cheers that come with that. It's all part of the package. The junk that is associated on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that unfortunately is part of it as well, but they're not professionals. And I get it. They're getting paid now, so they're closer to professionals than they were 15, 20 years ago. And there's a bunch of NDSU, UND baloney that's attached to it, which that's the part, to me, I have no time for, especially coming out of Grand Forks. It's 2025. 1995 was 30 years ago, folks. It's time. Move on. Everybody move on this. You know, I despise when I hear, well, we're going to play the school up north or we're going to play the school down south. That's so stupid. Call them by their name. We're playing the University of North Dakota. We're playing North Dakota State. That just drives me bonkers on that. And the fact that she got this much junk for announcing where she's going to go to school, wake up. More of this is going to happen than not, right? Holly Johnson did this. I remember covering that story. Holly was Miss Basketball, just like Jocie was. That she played 3 years at NDSU and then went and played at UND. I don't remember any of that for Holly Johnson when she decided to go. That to me is, and I get it. If you're a UND basketball fan, you can certainly be upset that you've lost your three best players, and now one of them is going to go to a rival. I get that feeling wholeheartedly. If you want to make that feeling known, go for it. To make it personal, that I got no time for. That's when we're crossing lines. And that's what happened yesterday. That's too bad. She's got the perfect personality and attitude for it. She's heard plenty about probably her ability or her size, I would say, over the last handful of years in covering Jocie, whether she was winning state championships in cross country or track or that basketball championship in 2023. Red River was the underdog in every single one of those games when they won the title. I called those games in 23. They played Minot in the first round. Minot was the reigning champs. Then they played West Fargo that had Mariley Simon on it, Chloe Fowl. They were definitely the underdogs there. West Fargo was one of the top teams in the state that year. And then they played Century in the championship. Century had Logan Nisley on the team. Right? I mean, that they were no doubt the favorite. So they were considered underdog, and she's been considered underdog the entire time. So this, I took umbrage with just because it was ugly and it didn't need to be. You cannot be upset about player X going to a rival school. I mean, this happens all the time now. It's just like it's North Dakota just getting hit up the side of the head with a 2x4. Like, yeah, it could happen here. Yep, it just did. And it's going to happen more. It's happened in football, too. Like, I understand, like, that Seth Anderson, Moorhead kid, who played at NDSU for 2 years, went to UND, played up there for 3. I don't remember him getting any sort of social media vitriol about him leaving NDSU and going to UND. Now, the difference, I get it. Seth didn't play a whole lot in Fargo. He became an all-conference player at UND. I mean, there's betrayal there. I get it about losing a really good player to your rival. I understand that. Making it personal, I got no time for. We'll break. We come back, wrap up our first hour. Brad Ambrosius is going to join us from Kindred. Check about the Vikings staying put in Class A basketball in 2026. It's coming up as we roll on a Wednesday morning. Back after this.